We're going to go back over to the UCLA South Carolina National Championship game, the Raven Johnson debate, because you had some comments about Raven Johnson. I've done multiple videos on Raven Johnson. That game actually got pretty damn good ratings, considering it was the second highest rated national championship game, I think is what I read, or Final
How much
Four
they got?
weekend.
10, 12 million?
9.9 million watched the national championship, which I believe was the same or similar to the first Caitlin Clark national championship, if I'm not mistaken. If I am mistaken, then my apologies. I know it was around the same. The next year was 18 plus million for Caitlin, and that number will never ever be touched. I do think there's a couple of things that are why people turned it on. First, I think a lot of Black America was praying to God that fucking Don Staley would win after the Gino Ariema thing, and it was riding on that shit. And then it's Easter, so people are together. Da 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 da. So hey, we're having Easter. Let's go watch the game now. And then of course you got UCLA. That's Los Angeles. The city of Los Angeles is coming in hard for them. I think for this game. Because they sure as shit didn't go to any of their games in person because they had an empty building most of the fucking time. That said, I think most people who weren't into who were just watching for the sake of it probably turned the shit off by the middle of the fucking second quarter, and certainly by halftime. Definitely by mid third quarter they were gone because it was an ass. I watched, of course, I did a live stream for it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right.
I did a live stream for it. Iowa LSU did 12 million for the national championship. Okay, so that's third all time. Third time because I know it beat last year. But what were your thoughts of that game? And then, of course, the Raven Johnson delusion syndrome that I have clearly pointed out. Lauren Betts is athletic. I don't know what the fuck you're watching. Nick, give me your perspective on Lauren Betts. You watched the game. You watched her play.
I like her. She can
move. I think she's hella athletic personally.
She's the number one draft pick. And if you think it's anybody else, then I just simply don't agree with that. She can move. She showed that she can hit a couple, shots outside of 10 feet. I like her game, man, Rudy. I don't think this draft is strong. It's pretty weak to me. If you have AZ Fudd as a top 5 draft pick in this draft who can't even dribble left. But Betts, man, I think she's a big presence, man. Was she 6'7"?
6'7", probably 220, 225, something like that.
Big body, man. She's very fluid, man. She's not like a stiff. She's not the girl from Iowa. What's my big girl name? What's big stiff name?
Iowa?
I mean,
from Iowa? Stolke?
Not Iowa.
Audie Crooks?
Audie Crooks, man.
Oh, fat ass?
Damn.
Okay. Fat ass?
She's not her, man. She's still
she's only 6'3". She's only 6'3".
Yeah, and she's smaller. So, I mean, she was dominant in the game, man. She changed a lot of shots. She altered a lot of plays. She made people not want to come down there to the paint. She scared the living hell out of South Carolina, from my point of view. And then she allowed the other players to take over the game. You allowed Jaime Jaquez's sister to be to ball out and change the whole momentum and the flow of the game. South Carolina was never really in it. Raven Johnson, oh Lord have mercy. I don't want to dive back into this, but I heard so many players tell me that. Have you seen Dawn Staley have to coach this year? She didn't have to coach this year because Raven Johnson took over and was a point guard that you could just have out there on the court, and she could handle everything. But then Raven Johnson decides, I don't know when she decided to go on this podcast. She goes out there and she said that women are more skilled than men, and then she proceeds to go out there and turn the ball over more times than you score. I don't know how you defend it. I have people on my TikTok who saying that I'm a dickhead. I'm a man, and I'm like, well, my problem with women who got into the sports world is that they don't understand that this is what men do. We talk about sports, and if you're a professional and you're getting paid, you're not absolved from being critiqued. So we're going to critique your game, especially when you say something outlandish like women are more skilled than men. So we're talking about her game, and I don't want to hear shit about that we are being too harsh about it. She sucked. It's plain and simple. She sucked. She wasn't good at all. She was a damn liability. She's been a liability, as Rudy pointed out multiple times, for every Final Four run that they've been on. Was 5 for 35, Rudy?
The last 5 games, she was 5 for 35. You want to know the only game that she had, and that includes the Iowa game where she supposedly shut down Caitlin Clark to 30. Um, the only game that she had, the game against NC State was her only good numbers, and she had 13 points. But the funny thing is the game that she played against Caitlin Clark when Caitlin Clark did this shit,
Mm-hmm.
she actually had 13 points in that game. She shot the ball better in that game than she shot in any game outside of that NC State game, and they lost that game. But the last five, she's 5 of 35. She has 20 rebounds, and I think she has 9 assists and 8 turnovers,
So
and
when
like
I'm telling you,
and 12 points.
so when y'all coming in here, you bringing up she won 2 championships, and one of those championships she didn't even fucking play. She did not play. So why are you telling me she won 2 championships? She wasn't a part of it. She's a part of the team. I won a championship in Ottawa, but I didn't play in that fucking game. So like I'm gonna show y'all my fucking ring, but in the back of my mind, I didn't play. I was a part of the team because I did play throughout the season. So I'm not gonna sit, not give myself any credit. I was a part of us making the playoffs. I did play games as my rookie year in the CFL, but I did not play in the championship game. So I'm not gonna go around and boast about that. But then I got people rooted. I got people in my comments telling me, well, she won championships in high school. What does that have to do with the point now when I'm telling you that she sucks now and that her game is not going to translate to the next level of her being a professional at that level because she can't score. She can't do anything that's good. You're telling me that she's a defender. There's going to be plenty of defenders who can also score. This is not 1990 basketball where you have Avery Johnson out there averaging 8 points and be called a fucking general. That's not what basketball is nowadays. And even then, he was still a reliable player who came up in big moments and didn't score 2 points in the damn 3 points in the national championships and 2 points the week before. And she had a fast break layup. She didn't hit a shot. And this is what y'all are going to. This is the hill that you're dying on, the Raven Johnson hill. There's so many more hills out here that you can go out there and live a good, comfy life and make conversations and debate about that. But this hill right here, I'm not dying on that hill. And I'm gonna call this shit out because it's simple. It simply is what it is. Talking about I'm trying to get clicks for Raven Johnson. Y'all think I'm getting clicks and likes? You think I'm baiting people on the internet for fucking Raven Johnson? What does that get me? I'm just calling it is for what it is.
I don't think the Raven Reese fans overlap because remember Raven went to South Carolina and South Carolina hates LSU and LSU hates South Carolina. I do not believe that those fans wholly overlap. There might be some, but I don't think a vast majority of them overlap like that. So I think that's actually not factual. I can't be sure, but I know that people from South Carolina don't like LSU and vice versa. So I don't think people.
Hold on, Rodney. Are we calling her a true general? Are we talking? I missed the earlier conversation. Are we?
No, she's not. I mean, she's not. I mean, you just used the word general, like for Avery Johnson.
No. So
no
somebody, I missed true generals like Kid Sue Bird for women. I was
no, she's not. She's not at all. She's not at all that. No way in hell. She's not a general. First of all, you gotta make the players around you better.
Let's as not, a point guard.
Let's not act like this girl is making the players around her better at point guard. They're just people easy buckets. They're just really fucking good. They got 9 or 10 McDonald's All-Americans on this team. Some that don't even play. The girl that got McKeer 44 off the bench, that girl is going to be a star. Like watching her in the tournament, I don't know if you watched her or not. That girl won the game against TCU. She was big against TCU. She won the game against Connecticut. If they didn't have her, they don't win that game. She was the difference in that game. And then AZ Fudd looking like the typical role player on the road who can make jump shots at home and then misses them on the road. But that's the reason they won the game. Raven Johnson didn't do squat doodly do shit. She guarded Sarah Strong for 3 fucking minutes, was fouling her the entire time, and they weren't calling it. I got why Gino got pissed off at the end of the third. His team was getting mugged. And the fact of the matter is the replies from these fucking Carolina fans was, oh, they were shooting threes. I'm not talking about shooting fouls. They were getting fouled coming around curls. Sarah Strong was being grabbed on both sides of her body.
You say you like old school basketball, and then you come out here and then you make excuses for for a
Nick,
little bit of touching.
Women's basketball, they fall on the ground 40 fucking times a day.
And 35 of them are by themselves.
No, not in that. You didn't watch the game.
I did watch the game.
You did?
I did watch the game.
You watched the game and you didn't think that Connecticut was getting fucking fouled. Sarah Strong wasn't getting fouled. Literally, fucking Raven Johnson had two arms bear hugging her in the post, and they didn't call a foul. And then Dawn Staley is what?
I thought it was good physical basketball.
You thought two arms wrapped around her like that is good basketball?
Maybe not.
That's literally what she was doing on the 3 minutes that she guarded Sarah Strong.
Yeah, but
that was fouled her the entire time. She could have fouled. It was the first quarter.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But Gino got mad in the third quarter.
Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Then she shoves AZ Fudd out of bounds, and Dawn Staley loses her shit. Even the TV people were saying, you gotta call that. She shoved her out of bounds. Like what? And Dawn's having a fucking temper tantrum over it. Yeah, she fouled the fuck out of her. Then she sat for 8.5 minutes. So tell me how she shut down Sarah Strong. Tell me how she shut down AZ Fudd. Did you watch my video on AZ Fudd of the shooting?
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
She was guarding AZ Fudd twice on her shots. And in both situations,
she got
AZ Fudd had wide open fucking looks
mid-range,
from fucking 14 and 10 feet. And she's on her back hip. She's on her back hip, and she's got wide open looks. So
she's raising up. That's an uncontested shot.
Uncontested.
Like, if I had looking at the rim and I got you're not even in sight. You didn't even get up off the floor.
So did you think any of those shots and this was literally the entire game, there was one where Agat Makir was inside the top of the key and AZ Fudd was 2 feet behind the 3-point line, and she shot a brick. Did you
that one? That
one? No, that was not contested. That was not contested.
Semi.
No, it wasn't. She was behind the fucking three. Fuck off, Nick. You're making bullshit up. That is not a contested shot. Those are wide open looks for someone who's a 45% 3-point shooter.
For her, that now because
she's an elite 3-point shooter, and I'm not taking it from AZ Fudd. She's an elite 3-point shooter. She usually makes those, but she choked her fucking ass off in that stretch of 3 games. She was bad. And in that game, she was horrible. She had her most contested shot was a goddamn layup. She took 9 threes. And if you want to tell me that this was semi-contested, there was one where Maddie McDaniel is fucking jumping from the top of the key from the right, not nowhere near her. And she shot 2 bricks back to back in the final minute of the first half. And that was the difference between a 32-24 half and 26-24. And 32-24 at halftime would be look a lot different than 26-24 going into the break against UConn. And realistically, Sarah Strong, she got a lot more other issues. She was really being guarded hard by everybody. She is their offense. I don't like the offense they run. They're running pick and roll with Strong at 25 feet from the basket. But AZ Fudd was not shut down by fucking Raven Johnson. In fact, in the 15 shots, Raven Johnson only was covering her twice. And she got beat. I mean, that left-handed fucking spike off the backboard layup where Tessa Johnson's on this side of her, and she just threw the ball against the side of the back. Like, what the shit? You got no left hand.
We called it out, though. First thing I said last week, I said, when they played Notre Dame, I said, AZ Fudd cannot go left. It's not her strong point. It looks really bad. And people,
I'm calling out
what are you talking about? I say, y'all, I'm telling you from a basketball perspective, a guy who knows who's been around for a long time, and I didn't go far just because I suck. So I know when somebody else sucks at something, I can pinpoint it. She can't go left. That's her weakness. She goes right, and she gets her a little mid-range, or she's open for threes, but she has some concerns that I was worried about. And there you go. Lo and behold, she plays South Carolina, and she's
a role player. But she's a role player. She's always been a role player. And like, I'm not going to sit here, like, even last year, she was most outstanding player, but she was the third option. Yeah. She's the third option because all the attention is on Paige Beckers and on Sarah Strong.
Yeah.
And I still thought the best player last year was Sarah Strong on their team. But AZ Fudd deservedly earned winning MOP because she played the best for 2 games. And she hit those perimeter shots. If she hits those perimeter shots against South Carolina, they win the game, and then they earn the opportunity to get their ass fucking destroyed by UCLA. Because I think UCLA, I mean, I know I picked UConn, but holy shit, UCLA was ready to kill people. I mean, what they did, that was
Hey,
so. They
Rudy, you might have
what?
inspired them, man.
Maybe, like I said, I was on their, I was on their documentary. I
You was
inspired
on a
them.
documentary. You might have inspired them, Rudy.
And
It might have been you.
You know who played like shit last year in that Final Four game? Gabriela Jaquez. She was horrible against UConn.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw her. She looked like Jaime out there. She was pit
She
bull
looked
like a motherfucker. She was awesome.
Like Jaime.
And now people are going to completely overrate her and
Of
call
course.
her a top 10 player in the country who should be a top 10 pick. Like the fact that the problem that I also have with the WNBA that exists, but back to Raven Johnson before we're done with her, is the fan base will not criticize her. They will not criticize her. They'll sit here and watch her be terrible.
Is that clueless or is that just being naive?
It's cultish. It's crazy. And there's no logical reasoning behind it. Like at the very least, I can sit here and say that Angel Reese provides value.
Yes.
Raven Johnson provides no value. Zero value.
Great value.
To the other team. But don't not tell me she makes
the name
no
brand
better.
from Walmart. Great value.
Like Dubu, she averaged 5 points, 4 assists, and 35% shooting last year. She improved this year.
Yes.
50% shooting, 10 and 5. That's still a fucking mediocre ass role player. And you want to make her a top 10 pick in the WNBA? You know, whoa. I mean, a top 10 pick in the WNBA? I mean, good grief, this is insanity. It's insanity. Now, someone mentioned Kaylee Heckle, who was crying after she missed the layup. Look, man, I ain't gonna get mad at nobody.
Hard, man.
She plays her fucking ass off.
She plays so hard.
She missed a layup. I mean, did you count how many other layups they missed in that game? I wish the other players had the emotional feelings that she had because she wants to win so goddamn bad. And I think it was really fucked up the way TV made it look like she's just a big ass crybaby on the court because she missed. The game was already over when she missed. Realistically, they're down 10 or 8 or 10, and the game was done. It was in the final minute. They weren't going to win the game, and you're showing her.
Layup.
It's the whole moment. It's the whole situation. Yeah. She made a couple mistakes.
Undefeated.
I mean, let's go look at the men's benches where all these fucking dudes who don't even play are fucking crying like bitches. So who don't even play and they're crying like, bro, you need to get on the floor. Like, chill the fuck out. This girl was a.
Did I ever cry after a loss?
Like Nick, you never play for the national championship for the Final Four.
I'm talking about I played for football championships. So I'm
you
just
didn't cry the last one. You were brought in late. You didn't cry in that bullshit.
So I'm trying to say the other one. No, the other one I was hurt. Damn.
Yeah, so you didn't care. Your mentality was more like we if I had been here, we would have won.
No. Damn, that's a lot more money though. That's just shit.
Oh, you were crying about money then. It wasn't about winning. It was about money. So,
well, if I win, I'm getting money. What are you talking about?
So again, you were crying about money, not about the fucking fact that you didn't win.
Well, that helps out. That's another couple months in the off season. I
crying about money. It's okay. Did you cry after you lost to Blanche Healy in the regional final? Because y'all were favored to win that game.
I think I might have.
Yeah, that one was rough.
Or it was hurt. It hurt. I might have cried the next day. Like I woke up at 5 a.m. in the morning. And I walked down into my middle school, and I worked on jump shots the whole day. I just shot the ball. That shit hurt, man. that was man.
Yeah, you guys had like 20 plus fouls. They had like 3 the whole game. I remember lying on that damn foul count. It's like,
you know what? I don't get. Sometimes the foul count thing where people want it to be average or the same. Sometimes. I'm
not saying that. Well,
I know. I get that.
I was at that game. It was bad. I was at the game. I covered the game for the paper.
We gotta ask. We gotta ask.
You lost by like 10 or 14.
We gotta ask. It was like a 5-point game. Mostly 5.
It was a close game, and every time it was a foul call. There was foul after foul after foul after foul. It was a foul fest, and it was only one foul.
Once we got the guards under control, we just couldn't.
It was a one-sided foul fest. I mean, look, and so the thing with the South Carolina UConn game was I understood the foul opinion because I'm watching the same game. You're grabbing us around curls. You're fouling us around curls, so we got no movement. And in the third quarter, I got 6 fouls and you got 0. Are we watching the same game? Or are we not? South Carolina is literally a physical fucking team,
And
but they ain't fouling at all. They've committed 8 fouls the entire game.
They got like 3 fouls the first minute of the next quarter.
Yeah, and yes, they did after he fucking had a spaz attack, and and that got them to 8. So, and the team that plays that damn physical, it's hard to imagine. So I get it, but from the factor of the AZ FUD, if she just plays better, they win.
Yeah,
if she plays better, they win because her hitting threes changes what South Carolina does defensively.
It takes out their defense. Yeah,
it changes their defense. So, it
changes their offense.
It changes everything. It changes everything. So Raven Johnson, though, this whole thought process, they will never criticize her. And I've been on some South Carolina podcasts just to see what they got to say. Just I was interested in hearing it, not to comment, but I did get some comments on Facebook from some South Carolina people who just commented on, and it ended up on my algorithm. And I'm like, is anyone ever going to criticize this girl? I'm a South Carolina fan. My God, she sucks. And their reply on there was like, you know what the fuck you're talking about? She's amazing. I'm like,
2 championships.
I was like, 2 championships.
High school.
2 championships. Yes, that was one of them. So she'll be in the Hall of
Fame.
She'll be in the Hall of Fame ahead of Glenn Rice. So it's pitiful. It's pitiful. And yeah, I do think that UConn is the better team even after losing. That night they weren't. Now going back to UCLA,
you think they get to the championship? They beat UCLA?
No, not from what I saw from UCLA. No, I think UCLA would have stomped them based on what I saw.
You also watched UCLA the game before that one. And
but they won.
Yeah,
find a way to win. You find a way to win.
Damn.
And they were up 13 in the last 4 minutes, and they almost gave it away. So the question that I when they talk about UCLA's incredible talent, which what Raven Johnson was doing post game, they got 6 seniors, and you got 3 in your starting lineup. What are you talking about? And you got 10 All-American, and you got 10 McDonald's All-Americans. What are you talking about?
You're a super senior.
And you just brought some girl over from fucking France mid-season, a 6'7" girl from France, and your coach got out-coached. Like Don Staley got out-coached. Let me ask you this: did you watch the Texas UCLA game?
I'm after 14-4.
After 14-4, okay. Well, Texas.
I couldn't stomach it. I couldn't do it no more, Rudy. I'm sorry.
Well, Texas, they employed a 5-on-4 press, so they left the inbounder unguarded.
Okay.
So they had 5 against 4 on the floor.
Okay.
And when they did that, they forced UCLA to call at least 3 timeouts. They could not inbound the basketball.
So they were like in man and doubling somebody, or just
they were doubling. They had 3-on-2 doubling down low, and girls can't throw a fucking football pass for shit. Mm-hmm. So in the third quarter, they cut it to 29-28, and they were pressing with this, and it was working. And then on the 29-28, hell, they even had to call a timeout. They got a 5 count after a timeout. Mm-hmm. And then at 29-28, and it was like UCLA was taking so long to even inbound the basketball. It was like the easiest inbound is after a made basket. Like, what are you fucking dragging ass for? So they throw one deep to Jaquez, and they kind of got a gifted call. I mean, she got tripped up, but almost like feet tangling. But I mean, I think you got to call it because the girl went down and you turn the ball over. Mm-hmm. They call the foul, but it was one of those touchdown passes. Because they could not inbound the ball close because they're literally not running any screens at all. It's like, you got Lauren Betts out there. Run a fucking screen. How about you just have Lauren Betts put her fucking hands up in the air and catch the ball? Like, it was unbelievable. And I'm sitting here like, does Corey Close not have any goddamn out-of-bounds plays from end court? It's insane. So Jaquez makes both free throws. It's 31-28. They ran that press, and that press made it very difficult for UCLA most of the game when they started running it. Now, they fell behind by 13. It was 45-32 with like 4 minutes to go. And they got back within 47-44 doing that shit. And usually had 23 turnovers in that game. And then Madison Booker does her dribble drive to the rim, gets her shot blocked by Lauren Betts. That would made it a 1-point game. Mind you, Madison Booker, and I'm going to ask you this question then next. Jordan Lee's in the corner, absolutely wide the fuck open. Their best shooter standing in the corner by herself. And Madison Booker just dribbles all the way to the fucking rim and gets her shit by Lauren Betts. And the game's over. They've lost 3 transfers now. Jordan Lee, Justice Carlton, and Aaliyah Crump, all top 12 recruits over the last 2 years. And I'll ask you this question because now it's 2-part. As a teammate, as someone who played basketball, if you have a team that's 1 for 18, I do not care if that's the best play. I don't care if that's Michael Jordan. I guess that might be the only exception is if you're Michael Jordan, or Kobe Bryant. But if your teammate is 1 for 18 and continues to shoot the ball, does it piss you off to the point where you might want to transfer?
No.
Well, 3 of them just transferred.
I get that. If that's my guy, if that's my person, and I know what that person is capable of, I want you to be who you are. And now if you're going overboard trying to force it and do it, yeah, of course. But if you're doing that, like, okay, this is just crazy. I'm wide open over there, like, and you're forcing your. I get that. But if this is what you do and you're that guy, I wouldn't want you to change your game. Like if you were like 1 for 16 and you got an open shot, but you're the person that our scorer, I would expect you to shoot the next shot if you're open,
But she wasn't open. She wasn't open most of the time, actually. I mean, she wasn't, and you could see she was so in her own head, like she was shooting air balls from 12 feet. It was bad. Now she could have dribbled all the way out. There was 23 seconds left. They could have set up a shot, a real shot. It was almost like she was trying to play the role of hero. And
I mean, sometimes, like you said, you get in your own head sometimes, or you get in your own head sometimes. You're like, I can't be this bad. It's gonna turn around because I know who I am. I haven't been this person forever, so the next shot has to go in. Like just the odds say.
So then why not? So then why not go get a layup? And I don't mean down 3 with 23 seconds. I mean like, why aren't you attacking the rim for layup attempts instead of shooting 16 footers? Go to the basket, attack the rim, try to get to the free throw line. That's the basics. If I'm the coach, I'm like, do not take another jump shot until you attack the rim and get fouled and go to the free throw line and see that ball go in. Because you're not seeing it go in right now, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. She shot 3 for 23. The team shot 40% as a team without her. With her, they were at 29%. She shot them out of the game. And I'm just sitting here and I can be as forgiving as at least for me, I'm as forgiving as possible. Because I know I'm not shit. But, bro, if you had lost the game to fucking Blanche Lee 51-44 and Peacock went 3 for 23, y'all might be whooping his ass in the locker room, bro.
No, man, I can't. That was our guy, man.
It was your guy, but at a certain point, get other people the ball.
Turn it around. I think.
Well, how do you do that? So you think just shoot the ball until the game is over and keep shooting and nobody else shoots?
I would like.
You took half the fucking team shots.
Hey man, I got it going today, P. I got it. That's somebody else taking.
How about you back cut? You get me you try to play the role of facilitator.
Yeah. I mean but if you're just a scorer, that's all you know. But you take away somebody scoring, they're like, what the hell else do?
Then you might not be.
But then that takes up somebody else to be a leader and be like, hey yo, give me the fucking ball. Let me see if I can make something happen. I got a mismatch today. I got things going. Let me rock and roll.
By the way, the comments about money, this isn't about money because Texas has more money than any fucking school in the country, really. Texas is as financially secure as any school in the nation. So this is not a money deal. I am fairly certain of. There's more to it than money. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
I forgot my damn.
I would be like, yo, I would have said, stop. Attack the rim.
Yeah.
Attack the rim.
Hey, go
attack
get to the basket. Hey, you can take her. Get to the basket.
Even Steph Curry needs to see a layup go through if he fucking goes 0 for 10.
Get to the basket.
But the whole point was,
let's get a switch for you. Let's get you on this person. Blah 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 blah.
She had Lauren Betts on her, and Lauren Betts scared the shit out of her. Like Lauren Betts fucking locked her down. That's what I'm saying. When people talk about Lauren Betts was guarding guards, and she was locking them. And she got way quicker from last year. Her footwork around the rim is fantastic, in my opinion. She should shoot more. I think she needs to go into her moves a little bit more quickly. But she's making mid-range jump shots. Everyone's like, she can't shoot from mid-range. How Asia Wilson can't make threes. What are we talking about? She's a fucking 29% three-point shooter for her career. Like, what are we talking about? She's a mid-range shooter. And I'll
If
tell
they're
you right
good at
now,
something, you just better
if
you better be really good at that
yeah,
thing.
and Asia Wilson, if she was being guarded by Lauren Betts in the paint, would not get a shot over Lauren Betts. She'd probably block almost every shot she took. That's so she'd have to pull her outside to have any chance of being successful
Well,
against her, in my
that's
opinion.
what Asia had
Yeah.
at most threes, 17,
Yeah.
18
But
feet.
then, but yeah, that's her game. But at the same time, I then asked the question, why the fuck did Dawn Staley not employ this press? And I said that in my preview. Press the fuck out of them. Do exactly what Texas
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
And they didn't do it at all. At
They
all.
let them. They let them.
They let them
I mean,
inbound the ball easy, dribble the ball before. They had some faux pressure, faux man pressure, but
some
no real pressure.
so some coaches go with, I'm gonna do what got us here and our thing. Some people can adjust and flip as needed. Like, hey, this is a weakness of the other team. Let's incorporate this strategy. And then some don't. They're like, hey, this is how we do things. Beat us this way. And they got their ass beat that way.
Lauren Betts, I didn't say she's better than Asia Wilson. I said in the post, listen to the words that come out of my mouth. She would have a very hard time getting a shot over Lauren Betts in the post. She's still 6'7". She's still very long. It would be very difficult for
If she
her to
going
score on Betts.
straight up, but Asia fades most of her shots.
If Asia's standing back, shooting 17 footers, we're talking a different game. Talking about in the post. I said that. Like I heard what I said because I know I said it. I didn't. I know what I just said. And Lauren Betts is getting doubled and tripled. Lauren Betts is a lot better than y'all folks want to give her credit for. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe it's the sound of her voice because she sounds like a dude. I don't know what it is about her that bothers people. Yeah, this year she
BG
shot
sounded
better.
like that.
Huh? What?
I said BG sounded like more of a guy than anybody in history.
I don't know. She's maybe because Lauren Betts might be straight. I don't know. You tell me. But yes, but she's shooting like 1-3 a game. Like she wasn't shooting a bunch. Last year she was terrible from three, or 2 years ago she was terrible. Yes, she was the best she's ever been at 20 at last season. Best she's ever been. She doesn't shoot. Like, so let's not act like she's some 3-point shooter. She's not getting most of her stuff from the 3-point line. But I don't know what it is that bothers people about Lauren Betts. And I saw someone say they're super seniors. Yes, everybody's a super senior. Olivia Miles was a super senior. Fucking Haley Van Lith was a super senior. Fucking Sedona Prince last year was a super senior. There's super seniors all over college basketball. So this super senior shit, I don't want to hear it. Raven Johnson was a 5th-year senior.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. They're all older players.
That's a big thing in women's game. This is not the men's side. Even the men's side, most of the
like look at what's happening in men's college basketball. You just had a Michigan team that no one's gonna remember with a bunch of adults. Lindenberg, whatever the fuck his name is, Yaxiel. That dude's like 23 years old. And I mean, there's people talking about should the Heat draft him? No, because Eric Spoelstra won't play him. He doesn't like to play the rookies. He'd be ready to go like Jaime Jaquez, but no, we gotta sit him on the end of the bench and give it to Bam Adebayo and let him score 7 points and all that other fuckery. like I don't want to hear it no more.
Oh my God.
I don't want to hear it anymore. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. So you watch these players. Yes, I'm not completely against the idea that Trump has about having them locked into 5 years and that's it. Yes, we shouldn't have 25-year-olds playing 19-year-olds.
We should not have that. I
don't want to hear it. And that includes the Miami Hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Hurricane fan. I don't think Mo Toure should be playing football at 25 at middle linebacker. He's ridiculous. 7th-year fucking player, dude.
Because where does it stop?
Exactly. Like, what are we doing? We have to draw a line at some point.
If we I guess you want to say this is professional, but it's still not professional. It's professional because
Juju Watkins didn't beat nobody by herself. She had a fucking All-American on her team right next to her. Stop it. Kiki Irvin's a fucking All-American. And guess what? UCLA beat them in the fucking Big Ten championship. But they had a damn All-American right next to Juju Watkins. Let's and one of the problems that UCLA had last year was they had 5'4" Smurf London Jones guarding Juju Watkins, who's 6'2". So let's relax. The tight end for the Hurricanes, who was an 8th or 9th year player, should be a doctor by now, and the guy sucked. Like, I don't want to have, I don't want to have this shit. I want to have college players be college players, and we can eliminate these bums who aren't NFL worthy players and cut this shit to where I got the Hurricanes playing a 25-year-old running back who realistically was the guy that kicked our ass.
Yeah.
That running back who kicked our ass. He was like running like a grown man. Because he is.
This is grown. He is.
Like, think about the fact that Malachi Tony can do what he did to grown ass men. He's 19 and he's 18. And he was 18.
He turned 18.
He just turned 18. So I don't necessarily have the problem with that. But when Raven Johnson over and over says they were seniors last year.
Mm-hmm.
They were still seniors last year, I think, based on the rules. So